high school pa.
Why did you think she was perfect for the role?
I had a hard time casting the female role. It was,
Why? What were you looking for?
number one, she had to be beautiful. Number two, she had to do these daring things. She had to, show her underwear lang siya. Number three, ma-rape. Actually, yung pinaka-worried yung mga girls about the underwear scene. What type of underwear is she gonna wear? Ganyan. What's the shot? So, medyo natatakot sila doon. But I had different girls and I thought to myself, sino dito nakakaawa?
So you wanted the audience to sympathize?
Yes, sympathize. And, pag makita mo si Dawn kasi she's such a fragile girl. And her character is really supposed to be tough. She's the tough character, but in the end talaga vulnerable siya sa environment. And ayun, I saw her on Facebook online. I just sent her a message, can you audition for me? At first, syempre, it's weird kasi she's my friend and it's a real film. So parang friends nga yung And then yun, apparently I chose Dawn for the role.
And speaking of which, talking about life imitating art.
Yes.
Albi Casino, in fact, it was a party with you guys wherein he famously got beaten up, right?
Yes,
Am I correct?
Yes.
So you were there.
I was there. Most of the cast members were there, and the crew. It was a bar in Makati, and we were just having fun because one of the cast members, she was celebrating her birthday, and then it was such a fun night. It was a week after the whole shoot. Tapos we decided to go out, have fun, celebrate, and then I got a text. I was inside the club. I got a text from my writer, Gino, Albi just got beaten up. Come out. I was like, what? And I went out, and then I saw him, and apparently he got beaten up by some people from inside the club, and just goes to show that my film does really happen. I was like, and then
what were you thinking when you saw that?
I was like, at first I was saying,
Is this
buti na lang, tapos na ang shooting. Yun yung number one ko kasi magkakaproblema. And number two, like, ang malas mo, Albi, why? Parang wrong place, wrong time, and parang sabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi mo mapipigilan it. Accidents happen anytime, anywhere. You can't plan it. I mean, we were having fun, and then he wasn't even drinking. And then this happens to him, where in the public. So, isip ko, grabe, hindi mo pwede matandyahan. It can happen anywhere, anytime, and to anyone. So,
that's a funny story. And in fact, what struck me about your film, I think it's a mature piece of work. I mean, it talks about rich people. It's not looking back at Cinemalaya, for example, going back, from its beginning. Back then, films were more, about poverty and all of those things. But I think with your film, it's growing up.
Yes.
Don't you think?
It's very refreshing because I watch Cinemalaya every year, and I haven't seen a film that would talk about the youth and
that you could relate to.
In the present time. So parang this film, I really wanted it to be this generation. So 30 years from now, you'd watch the film and say na, ay, ganun pala nung panahon.
In fact, that's what I say. It's the I'm sorry, it dates me. The baguettes of this generation. I mean, it speaks about that generation. What has the reaction been for the kids now who've seen the film?
Well, different reactions actually. Some loved it, some hate it. But
why would they hate it?
Parang they would say na parang, huh? Because they're pretty used to it. So there's nothing special. Parang, oh, I see that naman. It's normal. Why would you show it? And then some would be shocked that I would show it. So iba-iba eh. Different.
Shocked that you entered their world and put it on film? Is that what?
Pretty much an insider looking out and then filming it. And then they would see themselves.
That made them uncomfortable?
That made them uncomfortable, yeah. But some of them naman, yung mga isip nila, But that's normal. It
Okay,
happens
like
all
it
the time,
happens,
yeah.
I see. Have you been able to have this film distributed on a wide scale?
Not yet. That's my dream, actually.
Well, what is it? What is it faced with?
Well, number one, it's an R16 rating. It's the first R16 film in the Philippines. And I don't think a lot of producers would want to touch that. It's new, it's risky. So that's one factor. And number two, I think I don't know if the Filipino audience ready to see a film like this.
Okay, I want to bring up a number of points there. What do you mean by the Filipino audience is not ready to see a film like this? What exactly can we see yet?
Maybe because of the violence. I think the film is too violent for me. But you need to show it, because this really it's what's happening. And the only way to get through your audience is to shock them and to show them the realities of what can happen with alcohol, drugs,
Correct.
you know.
So it's sort of an advocacy film, isn't it?
Yes,
I mean,
it
tell
is,
me.
it is.
It is.
But-
What message did you want to send out?
Technically, just get ready to face the consequences of your
what you do.
actions. Technically, it's about choice. I'm not saying that you shouldn't party. I'm not saying you shouldn't drink. I think you should be ready to face the consequences. I mean, if you're gonna join a fraternity,
Be ready.
be ready to get hazed. If you're gonna get really drunk, get ready to, vomit or do stupid things. So that's pretty much it.
You didn't think of maybe tweaking your film so that you can have a wider distribution, or are you really not gonna compromise on that part?
Well, they were telling me to cut some scenes out, which I thought parang it defeated the purpose of making the film and making it as true as possible. I mean, I didn't want to cut any scenes because I thought that it was perfect the way it was. On showing the girls in the bathroom, the fight scenes, because ganun talaga eh. Ganun talaga. If you see it in reality, it's really like that.
What would happen if a producer came to you and said, you know what, Gino, I'm gonna take care of it, I'm gonna distribute it all over the Philippines. Just cut this, cut that, cut that.
I don't.
Wow.
I don't.
Really?
Yes.
For your art,
It's
you're not gonna.
it's an R16 film already, so
That's enough. That's
yes.
enough. Okay. You know, I believe you've not even been able to have it screened in your own high school, La Salle Sobel. Am I correct?
yeah, not yet.
They're not allowing it?
No naman, I haven't talked to them yet, but of course it's a sensitive topic. I still have to talk to the brothers or the
But I
main
think
people.
it's an important film because it's a wake-up call, isn't it?
Yes, it
I mean,
is, it
it-
is.
for the parents and for the children, right?
Yes,
For the
yes.
kids.
Especially like prom seasons. Like,
Around again.
Yeah, around again, the Feb. So I think school should be ready to see, what could happen after the prom.
And things do happen. This is what's amazing. I mean, it actually the stories in your film, you've taken them from real life. Am I
Yes.
correct? I mean, people getting raped, accidents happening, hazing. I mean, just there in San Beda, remember, just
Yes,
recently.
yes.
So, I still can't understand why, we can't have the world, see it. It's amazing. My wife and I searched for the film. It was so hard for us to see a screening of it. And in fact, we had to pay 300 pesos to watch it. So you owe me 300 pesos. After the show, you have to pay me. And we did so because we are parents. I had read about it in a review, and I said, my goodness, this is a movie I should see. So we checked it out. And what stood out about your film is that it really is about parenting, or the lack of it, right? Am I correct? Was that a conscious effort for you to put in? I mean, you had parent characters who didn't
Yes.
care what their kids
Yes,
were up to.
Yes. I think parents should know kahit paano what their kids are up to, and be there, guidance, not too tight, not too loose, just right.
But that's a hard,
Yeah, it's a
that's
hard-
hard balance. Of,
But I think it all falls down to the children. I mean, it's choice nila. You can't tell them not to drink, right? So I think it's the the responsibility of the kid also to know what to do. Yung choices ng sarili.
But at 15, at 16, do you know what you want at 15, 16? That's hard.
Yeah, but I think they will learn the hard way. So, but of course, you still need the guidance of the parents.
Correct. It's also greatly about wealth, isn't it? Your movie. I mean, it's the dynamics of children, of wealthy children. What happens to them.
Technically, these are the kids that will, be politicians one day. They're gonna, be influential people, and it's like they're the next leaders. So I think they should be, more aware of the simple things that they do, that can, destroy their lives or destroy someone else's.
Again, along that line of action and then consequence.
Yes.
So in fact, now that you've hit that part about them being children of politicians, I mean, because I've always believed the way this country is set up, diba? The way it's set up is the rich will always be rich and more powerful, and it will be their children who will run the country. So in fact, when I saw that, I said, I kind of, feared for my country. I mean, imagine the current drug addicts will be our future leaders. And you think they will be good leaders after?
I hope.
But honestly, what do you think?
I think there's a stage na, you experiment, but you really have to grow out of it. There are phases in your life where you try different things, and the most important thing is to move on, and to look back at it and say, I did that and I've learned, and my kids will probably do that, and at least I'll be there to guide them. Parang there's a generation, there's a phase.
But ito nga iniisip ko, no? I was thinking, so they grow up in these villages, behind these walls, behind this, with security guards and all of those things. And in fact, that's what's nice about your film, is that you really show them in this world. You don't see them go outside. And so will they develop empathy about what's going on outside if they don't see that outside world, if they are secure in this world? I mean,
well, in college, usually when you're in college, you because in high school kasi you're very guarded. But when you get to college, based on personal experience, you become aware of what's happening. You go to college with different people from different background. You hear their stories. Iba-iba. I think college is where you.
So that's what happened to you.
Yes.
I mean, how was that experience coming out of going into the world outside your village?
Very different. Parang I met people from different provinces. I met people, learn their background, their stories. I mean, that's parang naging mas sensitive na ako when in college. So I think that's me graduating from high school to college, and my personality mismo.